Chapter 3, Questions 6, 7, 8, and 13. In this chapter, you will fill out questions 6, 7, 8, and 13 from the petition. We will continue filling out the petition, starting with question number 6. In question 6, you will list all your criminal cases, including cases from other states, countries, or from federal court. You must list each criminal charge against you for a misdemeanor, gross misdemeanor, or felony. A petty misdemeanor is not a crime, so you are not required to list those cases. However, you are encouraged to list cases that are the same or similar to those you are asking to expunge. For example, if you are asking to expunge a petty misdemeanor theft, you should list that charge and include any other petty misdemeanor thefts. Be aware that some traffic and driving offenses can be misdemeanors or higher. Make sure to list all of your criminal cases, even if you weren't convicted. This includes closed and pending cases. A pending case is one where there is a charge, but no final outcome yet. List each case one at a time. Use the printouts of your criminal case records to find and fill in the information for each case. Starting with the case number. Next, fill in the county and state where the case happened. For example, Anoka, Minnesota. Then, list the type of charge. The type of charge is what kind of crime it was, like theft, driving after revocation, assault, etc. In most cases, you do not need to fill in all of the words from the type of charge. For example, if the charge is theft under $500, you can just list that as theft. Next, fill in the date of the offense. Then you will fill in the conviction yes or no field. Fill in why if you were convicted, pleaded guilty, or were found guilty, no matter what the final outcome was. Only fill in N if you were not convicted or you did not plead guilty and you were not found guilty. Finally, if yes, you will need to fill in a date. There is only enough space on the form to list 6 cases. If you have more than 6 cases, you will need to attach an extra page with the remaining cases. Label the extra page attachment number 6 at the top, and remember to fill in See Attachment somewhere near question 6. You may have trouble finding the information on the printouts or not be sure if you are looking at the correct information. For questions about Minnesota cases, you can contact the court in the county where the case happened, or the statewide self-help center, whose contact information will be listed at the end of this video series. If you have a printout from another state, different country, or federal court, you may need to call them for help. Remember that it's very important to list all of your cases for question number 6. When you sign your petition, you are doing so under penalty of perjury that it is true and complete. If the judge finds a case that you didn't list, it may affect what they decide about your request for expungement. Question number 7 is a statement to the court that you listed all of your criminal records in your response to question number 6. A response is not required for this question, other than making sure you listed all of your criminal records. In question number 8, you must tell the court about other expungement or pardon requests that you have made on any cases. If you have ever requested expungement or asked for a pardon, include information about any and all requests. Do not include court file numbers or other specific details about the case if the request was granted. Instead, write something general like what is shown in this example. Make sure to include whether the judge or board of pardons granted or denied your request. Include any other information you want the judge to know. If you've never asked for an expungement or pardon, fill in none. For now, we will skip questions 9 through 12 and go on to question 13. Question number 13 asks you to explain how you have rehabilitated yourself since the case happened. This is a very important question. You have to explain how you have rehabilitated yourself since this case happened. In other words, you need to tell the judge how you have changed your life. Your answer to question number 13 is your opportunity to tell the court what was happening in your life at the time, and, more importantly, what you have done since that time to improve your life. You need to tell the court how you have changed and how this change will keep you from committing crimes in the future. Include any job training, education, and employment opportunities you have had since the case happened. If you have learned a trade, attended school, received certificates and/or degrees, tell the court the details about those experiences. If you are a volunteer in your community, include that information. If drugs or alcohol were a factor in your criminal cases, and you don't use drugs or alcohol now, tell the court about your treatment and explain what you do to stay sober. If your crime happened when you were making bad choices because of your friends or other influences, tell the court how you removed yourself from those influences and what you do differently now. The passing of time without another crime is another way to show that you have changed. This is your opportunity to tell the judge anything positive that you have done in your life since the case happened. There is not one right answer to this question. The sample is to give you an idea of what you should think about when answering. Pause the video if needed to review this sample. Make sure to spend time working on your response to question number 13. You should now be finished with questions number 1 through 8 and 13 of the petition. In the next chapter, you will complete questions number 14, 15, and 16 of the petition.